Hello everyone. Welcome to Talk to Taylor Made podcast. Today's topic is before and after prison life. Today I have two guests, two special guests. The guest I have today is Devias, which is my son. He is the before prison life guest that I have that's going to speak about the before prison life. Devias Taylor right here. And I also have a guest. My guest is Phil. He will be speaking today about the after prison life. Phil, say hi.
Hello.
Devias, say hi.
How y'all doing?
Okay. My introductory to them. I just want to tell you a little bit about Devias. Devias is right now he is awaiting sentencing to go to federal prison any day, like in a couple of, soon, I should say. So today we're going to talk about what it has done to him, the effect that it has had on him and his family, which is me and others, since he has been convicted and charged with whatever crime that he's charged with. And we may get into a little bit about the charge, but that's not really the topic. It's the reformation that has changed him, how he has changed his life, and how it have impacted his life since he has been charged. And then also we'll be talking to Phil today about how his reformation, since he's been home, what it has done to him, how it has impacted his life since he's been home, and things he has been through, how he has, things he want to talk about as far as like what has happened to him since he's been in prison, when he was in prison. So today that's what our topic is going to be about. What I'm going to do now is just jump right into it and let Devias speak. I want to ask him some questions about since you've been home and since you've been sentenced, Devias, how has it affected you?
A lot. Well, actually, the whole thing has been me out here. Everything has been confusing because I don't really get to move forward and things that I really want to do in life. I don't get to see the people I really want to see, be around people who I want to be around. Like, I don't get to express no type of feelings because I don't really know what's going on, what's going to happen to me, and who's going to be there. You know what I mean? When I do go away. So it affects me a lot with my daughter, my kids' mothers. It's like my own little pandemic. It's like a war with myself, and I'm trying to prepare myself for it. It's hard. It's something that a lot of people out here talking, but people don't really understand what people in this situation go through. And you gotta just stay focused and stay strong about this whole thing. And I'm trying my best to. I don't be paying nothing no mind. I stay to myself. I work hard. You know what I mean? I was on a bracelet for 6 months when I came home from state prison. And since I got off, I just been still to myself. Still lost. I've been lost, to be honest. I've been real lost lately. And I don't be really knowing what to do, how to come. Not too much on social medias because I don't really know what's going on out here and how people reacting to what's going on with everything that I got going on. So, you know what I mean? It's just me just being to myself right now. Just focus on me and my family. Just focus on what I'm about to do and how I'm going to deal with my situation when it's time. Because it's about to be time. And, just staying strong with everything.
I can't do this. Oh.
It's all good. Take your time.
Okay.
I can say some more, a little more, like a couple more things.
Yeah. Focus on him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Some stuff that I'm actually, it's on.
Yeah, we still running.
Some stuff that I'm actually happy that did happen. Like, I say I was happy to go to prison to experience it, but I'm happy God put me there just to see what I'm about to be I mean, like what I'm about to be facing, like what I'm about to let me know how it's gonna be, and you know, just to see like how things are gonna come out when you is in there by yourself, no family, nobody you know. You know what I mean? And I know it's gonna be a little different with this Fed stuff. 'Cause they can see me anywhere around the state, so you know what I mean. But I'm strong, man. I'm ready for it all, man. I'm just ready to get it over with, come back home, man. You know, everything gonna be alright, man. Always have faith, man. Having faith to move mountains, man. You know.
Right. Right. Thank you. Yeah. It's real, and it's really a touchy. This is a real touchy topic for me, but I still wanted to do it because a lot of people don't get this opportunity to actually talk to their loved ones before they go to prison. You know what I'm saying? They go off. A lot of parents, a lot of family don't get to get this platform that I have here that you could just actually get to talk and see how someone's feeling before they go do time. Like, I don't care how much time it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't get this opportunity, so I'm just gonna take advantage of this opportunity, even though it's it's a real hard like subject for me. But I still want to do it because hopefully somebody else can grasp something from this. Like, you know, it might touch somebody else, or somebody else can learn something from this that's going through the same thing, or you know, it's just not all about me. So I get myself together for this, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like he said, like me hearing how he feel, that's something what I'm going through. This is the effect that it has on your family. This is the effect that it has on people's family when they go into prison. Their family is going to prison too. You know, they feel like they're going to prison too. It's their family is feeling like their life is. I'm dreading the moment my son has to go to prison. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to be, knowing my son is in prison, knowing what goes on in prison, knowing he's away, knowing that I am not there to protect him no kind of way. His life is out of my hand. It's out of my hand now, but it's not. I'm here. He's here. I'm watching him. You know. But when he's in prison, I can't do anything. He's a product of what the system. He's not even my son anymore. Like, you know, he belongs to them, so they can do whatever they want to do with him, and I know that. So I'm scared for him to go to prison. And it's even more affecting when your child is not guilty of what he's sentenced for. That's a whole nother subject. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother subject when he don't deserve. He ain't that type of child. He's not one of these kids out here that deserve to be getting time. Like, so it's affecting me way more because I know my son is not a street guy. Like, he's not one of these guys out here. He's guilty by association, to be real. By knowing people and just by knowing somebody that is in that life. He's guilty for that. Like, he don't deserve to be getting none of the time. 10, none of that shit they trying to offer him. He don't deserve it. So I'm hurt by that. Like, I'm hurt by the plea he took. I'm hurt by everything. I'm affected. Like, I don't know if I did right by guiding him the way I did to get to that. Like, telling him it's okay, take this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I did anything wrong, if I could have did anything right, like anything different. Like, I struggle with that every night. That I don't know. By me letting him take a plea, I don't know if I did right by that. Like, I don't know what I did, you know. And so I struggle with that every night, every day, because I know he listened to me, you know what I'm saying. So, and I'm really all he got, you know what I'm saying. So it's a struggle. It's really, really hard. This whole situation with my son get ready to go to prison, it's hard. It really is, and he don't deserve it, to be honest. Like, he not one of these niggas out here that's doing all this shit and, you know, around. Like, he not one of them, you know what I'm saying. Like, but I do think that everything happens for a reason, you know what I'm saying. Like you said, he did learn something, like he did grab something from this. So everything happens for a reason, you know. I'm gonna get back to this subject in a minute, but right now I'm gonna turn the page, switch it over to after prison, like, and what you went through going to prison, before you went to prison as well, like how was it for you? How did it affect you?
Well,
Before
me,
you went to prison, like how did it affect you?
before I went to prison, like I was lost. You know what I'm saying? I was in the same boat, like, because everybody don't go through that situation. My mind was all over the place. Granted, I was in another state. I didn't know nobody. You know, I'm over 400 miles away from home. Don't have no family in the state that I got locked up in. So I really was lost. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. There's many nights in the cell, I was like, my life over. Like, what do? I ain't never prepared for that. Like, don't nobody prepare. Like, you know, you mentally you say, okay, I'm ready, but you learning as you go.
And wait a minute, again, y'all didn't never really properly introduced to what he is, what he just came home from doing. He just came home from doing what, 15 years?
16.
16 years in
16 years.
prison, state prison in Virginia State.
Yeah.
He went in when he was 22 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He came home when you were what?
39.
39 years old. 39?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he came home when he was 39 years old.
Well, no, I came home. I'm sorry, I came home at 37.
At 37?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, I came home at 37, but I'm 39 now.
39.
Yeah,
He's been home now for almost 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so he and so you coming home, no, not even when you coming home, when you were in there,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that you experienced that was like something that you just, sometimes that you felt that you was not going to make it?
Everything. I experienced everything. I experienced people ODing, people dying, people fighting, getting stabbed. You know what I mean? It's a jungle in there. I experienced just savage life, like real life savage life. Like it's, you know, it's tough because, like I said, I was out of state. So for me, you know, I felt like I had the personality that I can adapt to any given situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for real, it wasn't just me. It was the grace of God. Like he said, you gotta have faith. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of times I gave up on God. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I was like, man, I can't do this. Like, my life over. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the cell. Like, what do I do? Like, God, you ain't like, if you real, show me a sign. And you know, I know it don't work like that. Like, just because I'm asking, he gonna automatically do. But I know it wasn't nobody but him that helped me get through that situation. But like, I gave up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be here and say I'm too proud. But yes, I cried. I cried many a nights. Like, yo, I'm in there by myself. I don't know nobody. Like you said, and I'm like, man, is this ever gonna end? So I had to find enough mental power to, like, you know, be wanting to be better than what the state that I was in. So I kept myself busy.
Busy while you was in there?
While I was in there, I tried to take advantage of that. Like, because people say, oh, prison preserves, you know, you preserve yourself, you help yourself. Because the same way you can get drugs and all that on the street, all that stuff coming through the prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to have the mental power to say, I'm not going to become the statistic that everybody think you are. I mean, you got the CEOs telling you ain't never going to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look at us like we no earthly, no good.
Just a number to them.
Yeah, you just a number. That's it.
Just a number.
Yeah, you just a number. Like, and they don't care. They make $28,000 off of each inmate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's overpopulated. So you do the math.
Yeah.
You know, so they glad to lock you up and throw away the key. And they not trying to teach you because they want you to get out and come back.
That's how they make their money.
So that's how they make their money. It's a shame you only can get one certification. So you telling me after I get my GED, I gotta pay for college, and I can't even take up 2 trades, and I got sentenced all this time. It don't.
What you mean you got paid for college in there?
Yeah, if they don't give you programs to allow the college to get funded. Like, you have to pay. If you want to go to college, you got to pay out your own pocket.
Your family on the outside.
Yeah, your family on the
Oh,
outside.
I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, so you might get a 1 credit course that costs $316.
Oh, so I
It
didn't know
takes
that.
66 credits to graduate. So you see what I'm saying? It takes 66 credits to graduate.
Right.
You paying for 1 credit, $316. That's the cheapest. And that's like one of the introduction to college.
That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of money, and that's just one semester. You know what I'm saying? So
people say they get their degrees in college.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. They do have certain college programs, but then if it run out, then what? So you just gotta hope you be in there. Now they do have some. I'm not gonna say here, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pay somewhere down the line. But like it just go back to they're not trying to help you, so you gotta help yourself.
Right.
You gotta take advantage of everything you try to do. So for me, I love to work out, so that was my getaway. You know, I went and worked out. Every time that yard open up, I'm out there. Plus time going. So I'd rather spend less time inside the cell or inside the dormitory as possible. Even if I ain't feel like going, I would go. Just walk the track. Like, I tried to make sure I had a set schedule as if I was working a 9 to 5 out here on the street. You know, so I kept myself busy. I took all the certification courses I could that didn't count as a trade. A lot of people don't know that, but if you take certification courses that doesn't get counted as a trade, you'll have 12 certificates in one trade. And they're like, how you complete that? Like for me, I got learning how to be a parent. You know, I took that course.
Yeah, same.
I
That's
took
free?
it's free. I
Okay.
took a writing course. All these certifications is pretty much free. You go to the library and sign up. You know,
Okay.
House of Healing, like Anthony Robbins, like, just something that I can get under my belt to where they can say, okay, this person, he did something with his time. Because they look at it when you come home, the probation want to know what you did in the system to make you change, to feel like you deemed to be ready for society.
Right.
So I didn't take no trade because, like I said, I did 16 years. You can't take a trade unless you're 5 years and under. So for 12 years, I couldn't take a trade.
Oh, really? So you waited to get your
I waited
your
to
barber's,
get my barbers, yes.
So you got your barbers in there,
Yes.
right? Your barber certificate,
Yes.
was certificate or
No,
the,
it's a license, barber
a license,
license
that's right,
by
that's right, a
Virginia DPOR.
Uh-huh.
The same state board that the nurses and doctors go before.
Oh, okay.
So it ain't just no certificate. This is a real live license.
Okay.
I got my certification in custodial maintenance, so I'm certified through that. And when I got out, I got my physical fitness. I'm a certified personal trainer as well.
So when and that's what I want to know too. So when did you decide that you want to do? Did you put a plan together? Did you put a plan together, or did you just?
I put a plan together maybe my 7th year in prison.
That you knew what you wanted to do when
I
you
knew
came
what
home?
I wanted to do when I came
Was
home.
it because you talked to somebody in there, or like is it something that somebody was coming there and telling you, teaching you,
Yeah.
or did you just decide like, oh, I want to? When did you decide you wanted to be a barber?
Well, my grandfather used to have a barbershop back in the day out South Trenton. So I was young and I grew up in a barbershop.
Okay.
But I never cut hair like that until I got into prison. And I just was seeing everybody getting haircuts, and then the guy pulled me aside, was like, yo, I'm gonna tell you about this instructor. He said he gonna make sure you get to this institution before you go home. So the guy I talked to, I watched him. He was cutting hair. He got out, and I still had 12 years left. He got out, and after 3 years, he got his own barber school and barber shop. So that's when I really took it serious. Like, okay, I like looking good. I like helping other people look good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try it. Like, I knew how to shape people up. You know, I used to do it when I was in the military, but when I got in prison, it just went to a whole nother level when I went to the barber class. And then I knew I had, like I said, I had 12 years left. But my 7th year, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Plus, I already knew coming home after 16 years, they say they don't look and they don't discriminate, but if you put on that application that you're a convicted felon,
That's something you knew you could be able to do.
yeah, I knew I could be able to do this because I'm not just working. Yeah, I could work for somebody in a barbershop, but they can't tell me no because I got a state license.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I can work for myself if I didn't want to go into a barbershop. So I knew I can do that. I knew I can do the custodial maintenance. If I'm certified and I have that, I knew I can go to any power plant and say, hey, look, I'm a certified custodial maintenance. I know how to do floors. They're going to hire me because I have that certification. They need people. It's a trade. So I knew I wanted to do that, but that was like my plan D was custodial maintenance. I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to have the paper.
That's good.
So my first two, my passion was cutting hair. That's so I stuck with that. My second passion was I always was physical. I always was active. So I got my personal training license. So I can say I can do that on the side. No, I started studying in there.
Okay.
But as soon as I got out, 6 months after I was out, I went to Philly and I went to a personal trainer's course class in Philly, and I got my certified personal fitness.
Okay, so when you came home, were you kind of lost, like as far as technology?
That's what I want to know. Like when you came, like when you was in there, as I say that you was 3 years in, but all the years passing, like was you, like how did you, like, was you still like, was you catching on to all the changes that was going on outside, like the clothes, like people wear little clothes, skinny jeans.
Yeah, see,
stuff changed as you was in there.
like
so
did
when
you
you
catch
came
on to
home,
all
how
that?
was you? Like
When
when
I
you came home, were you lost?
Yeah, I was very lost, but I'm thankful that I had a sister and a niece. Like my niece used to try to like like when I called, they'd try to keep me updated, and I'm like, but I'm seeing on TV on BET, I'm like, I can't do the skinny jeans, like you know what I mean? Like so I'm like, nah. So my niece like, nah, when you come home, don't get skinny jeans, get fitted. Like everybody wearing like tight, like fitted. Fitted. So I'm like, So she like, I'm telling you, can't wear it. So
Cause I know
you
was before you went in, you was
baggy clothes. Yeah, I was baggy clothes, everything, even in there, everything. So when I go to visit, they looking at me like, what you doing? Like, nah, you can't. And then I finally got to, cause I started off at a high facility. I was a level 5, but I worked my way down. So when you get to a level 2 or a level 3, you can wear like the state jeans instead of wearing a jumper. Yeah, so. When they seen me in the jeans, they was like, yo, you got baggy jeans on, like, we not doing that no more. So I'm like, what? So they like, yeah. So I'm like as I get, maybe I think I got like 5 years left.
You gotta start,
I start looking at certain stuff on TV, and they like, this is what you gotta get. And I'm like, nah, just give me this. And they like, look, no more fitted hats, it's snapbacks, it's dad hats. And I'm like, dad hats, like, what is that? So like, I'm seeing it, so as I'm seeing it, I'm like, okay, I got it. But seeing it and then coming out was something totally different. Like when I got out, I seen solar panels everywhere. Like I flew home. I flew from Virginia to Jersey, so they had to drive me to the airport.
You know what that was, huh?
So yeah, I didn't know what it was. So I'm looking, and the whole time, I'm gonna be honest, like I was embarrassed. Like yo, to ask anybody, like what is this? So when I get there, so they like, you know how to set your plane ticket up, and I'm like, yeah. But I really didn't know. So I went to the kiosk and I stood at the kiosk for like 10 minutes. Like, how do I figure this out? And then the lady just came up and was like, are you lost? And I was like, yeah, I got my ticket. She was like, oh, you could just walk straight. She was like, but let me show you. And she showed me.
Oh, okay.
So
wow,
I was
they just let
like,
you out and just let you go?
Yeah.
Like they don't show you nothing? Like,
nah, like they tell you, but you know, telling and actually experiencing it yourself. Like, you don't know because they can't give you no cell phone, you know, while you in there. So when I got to the airport, I was lost.
So you came home before you went to jail. Did you have a cell phone?
Yeah, but they didn't. It wasn't smartphone. When I got locked up,
flip phone,
it was the chirps. It was Nextel, and it was a flip phone. They had just got the video camera. I got sentenced 2003. So they had to tell you right there. I think smartphones.
Stuff, right?
Yeah, no kids. I had a Sprint phone. I had the Sprint phone, like the face phone, like 2-way, all that. So I think like 06, I think they came out with the smartphone. I'm not sure, but like I was lost. Like I'm like, this is a whole new world for me. Like I missed a decade and a half that went by. So it's like,
long time.
That is a long time.
And I'm like, wow. So like I said, I try to keep my ear close as possible to the street. Like I didn't like to call home too much, and I'm be honest, I never thought about the street.
When did you accept, what I wanted to ask you, I'm sorry. When did you, you guys want to ask me too? Okay, 1 second, because I use. When did you know that you was doing 16 years? Like, did you know when you got sentenced? Or did they, like, when did you accept that you was going to do 15 years? Or when did you know?
Well, I knew once they sentenced me.
They said 15 years?
Yeah.
That they said?
Well, actually, no. I got time suspended.
Okay.
So they might have like sentenced me to 20 years and suspend everything, but like 12 on one charge, and then vice versa.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be honest. Like when I got sentenced, hearing them big numbers and then hearing the suspending time, I didn't understand because it was my first
16
time.
With 85 or something.
Like that. So I'm like,
saying that, so you didn't understand those
numbers.
numbers.
So all I'm hearing is the big number, and I'm like, they told me once I got found guilty what I could face. So I had to go back to court to get sentenced. So when I got found guilty, I was like, the whole time I was good.
Did you ever black out? Like
I just blacked out, like I ain't hear them. And I was like, cause like I said, I really didn't think I was gonna get found guilty. Because unfortunately, I'm one of them ones that was accused of something that didn't, call in the wrong time at the wrong situation. That I was accused of something that I didn't do. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna beat this. So when I got found guilty, I was shocked. I didn't know how to feel. So I put my head down. So my sister said, "You're not guilty, put your head up." When I picked my head up, that's when all emotion came. Like I broke down in a holding cell. So I had to go back to get sentenced. And even like the bailiffs, and I was like, "You're not gonna get that much time." That judge, he kind of lenient, like, don't worry about it.
They say that.
So I'm like, okay, like, all right. So when I get back to the jail, everybody think that I beat it because everybody know I'm not guilty. So they're like, "Yo, you beat it, right?" But I got a smile on my face because I don't want to show no emotion. Because in prison, they mistake kindness for weakness and they play on that. So I don't want to show no emotion, so I'll smile. I'm like, "Nah, I ain't beat it." So they like, "What?" So I ain't eat. And then I called my sister and she like, "Look, just keep praying, like you're gonna be okay." So I get sentenced. When I get sentenced to the 16 years, I'm still fighting. So I'm not accepting it. But once I realized I couldn't appeal it no more, I don't want to say I accept it, but I adjusted to me doing 15. I'm never going to accept some time that I wasn't supposed to do.
Right.
But I adjusted to it because at the end of the day, I have to do it. So I had to get my mind set like, yo, this is not who you are. Don't judge a person by the content of their case, but the content of their character.
Right.
This is not who you are, but you dealt with this hand, so play it the best way you can. Mm-hmm. So that's how I looked at it. As a young kid, you
thinking like that?
No.
As a 22-year-old, you was thinking like that?
No, I wasn't thinking like that. I didn't think like that until maybe my 4th year in.
So if you wasn't thinking like that, what were you thinking?
That I'm going to get out.
For 4 years.
Because I'm still trying to go to court. So I'm still thinking, I'm in a denial like I'm going to win. Knowing that they didn't set it precedent. Like, yeah, they're going to send you back to court, but they just going to agree with what the previous judge said.
Right.
So I'm in denial thinking, oh yeah, I got back in court. But not knowing how the law works. Yeah. The law don't work like that. Right. They want you to think, because the whole time, me not realizing, I'm still got to pay for these court costs and fines and all that. Because I keep going to court.
Right.
See, they don't tell you all that, though. Until you get on probation and you got to pay all that up. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat it. And then I got a God-fearing mother. I'm God-fearing too, but like I said, I lost my faith. My mom keep in my ear like, just keep praying, just keep praying.
You really lost
so I really ain't get a chance to feel for myself because I'm listening to my mom.
Right.
Then I'm praying and ain't nothing happening. So I'm like, man, I'm giving up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what I'm going to do? I never in a million years thought I'd be doing 16 years in prison. So being faced with that, I'm thinking, life over. Yeah. Like, my life over. I'm done. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I ain't know how to feel until I realized time kept moving. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this time.
So the years really go by like years, or do they go by like
for me,
fast, or like
I'm gonna be honest.
Like years, like
my first 4 years, my first 5 years, it went by slow because I kept trying to get back in court, and all my emotions was.
Let that go.
As soon as I let that go, and I
gelling,
and I started gelling. Yeah, I started gelling, and I was like, you know what? Get in this mode. This what got to happen. So you can't, because at the end of the day, you still sitting. So I just, like I said, I took advantage. I started working out, going outside every door break. Like, so when I come in, I'm so tired. I take a shower, stand up for count, all that.
You had a system.
I had a system. Every day I'm going to do something. And then I would law library. I gave up on that. I'm like, I'm just do this time. Like, I ain't going to get back in court.
I just want to know one thing. Yes. Who stayed, like...
Who stayed?
You know how
people... He was young. You didn't have a girlfriend that you...
Yeah, I was engaged. Like,
at 22?
At 22, I thought that's what I was. I thought I was in love.
Did y'all have kids?
Nah.
See that mean?
She got pregnant. This is what she told me because I was locked up. She got pregnant, had a miscarriage because she was stressing me being locked up. I had one daughter though.
Yeah.
I had one daughter before her. And man, when I tell you, that I believe helped me get through prison.
Yeah.
But your daughter?
Honest. Yeah, because I was like, yo, because I wanted to be the father that, I didn't have a mother and father growing up. I had a single mom. My dad was there, but not there. You feel me? So I told myself, I'm going to be there for my daughter, but I wasn't. So I just wanted to be strong enough to make it out, to have some type of relationship with my daughter. I mean, I had it the best way I could while I was in prison, but
You was in Virginia, so did
Yeah.
you ever see her?
I seen her a couple of times, but she moved to, my daughter mother moved to North Carolina because she was from North Carolina but living in Jersey. When I got locked up, maybe my 3rd year after I was in, she moved back to Carolina. So I used to see her a couple of times, but man, it was tough, man. It was
So who
tough.
really stayed by your
hurt it.
side though? Like who really called? I'm talking phone calls. and-
Like my sister, my mom,
so it's family.
my uncle, yeah.
Boys, everybody.
Like,
just
yeah,
dead.
boys dead, like
Yeah.
dead, like
Yeah.
that. My mom and my father used to tell me, like, I'm be honest, I feel like me being locked up, it drew me and my father closer, because we ain't really had no relationship. Like I said, I had a single mom, but that situation, I think, kind of like got him to see, like, even though I was out there and we wasn't seeing each other, now that I'm away from him, it's like, yo, I really need to be close to my son, you know, as much as possible. So it made him, you know, a little close, but I didn't talk to him as frequently as I talked to my mom and my sister. Like, that was my backbone, like, and my uncle, you know what I'm saying? He was there, like, drop a dime, I need money, they was there, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to get in the mode that I didn't want to ask them,
Yeah, right.
you know, because I got a job, you know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do in there. Like I said, I tried to stay busy.
Right.
Like, I tried. Now, when I said earlier that I didn't think about the street, when I tell you, yeah, of course we all think about it, but I told myself, look, recondition your mind to think this is what you gotta do. This is your home right now. This is your home. These your family. Like, these dudes with you, you spending your time more than them. I didn't spend 16 and a half years with one dude more than I spent with my own family members. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my brother, that's my family. So I got in that mode, like, to not dwell on the street as much. But with my mom and them, because I was in Virginia, so they would come down for the weekend, I had to get a special visit. I wouldn't sleep. I ain't even gonna hold you. She'd be like, yeah, we coming to see you. I'm up all night because I'm worried, I'm anxious. Like, Lord, don't let nothing happen to them while they on the highway, because they coming over 300 miles.
I know that feeling.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm anxious. I get in visit. My mom like, boy, you look tired. I'm like, I know I'm good. You know, because I haven't slept. I'm up. I'm in visit line, you know what I'm saying? Eyes heavy. But I appreciate them, man, because they put their life on hold. And, you know, I understand what you're going through, because my mom, she did that time with me. You feel me? Like, I didn't expect, like, you know what I'm saying? I was young. I had a girlfriend. I thought she was going to be there. You know, she told me, like, hey, I always love you, but I can't do this.
Yeah. She did?
Yeah, she told me that. Like, I
When she
called
told
her.
You that? Like, before?
At
like,
the jail.
Like before you got sentenced?
When I got sentenced and I told her how much time I had, she was like, hey, I always love you, but
How you get through that?
I can't.
When she said that to you, how you do that?
I went to, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I went to the rack, I went to the bunk, because in the jail they got bunk beds. I was on the top bunk. I got in the bed, I laid back, man, the tears, bro, just came out my eyes, went in my earlobes, yo. I was like, yo, this is over, man. Like, yo, like, dang, she leaving me? Like, really?
Did you get sick? Like, you're not eating stuff?
Yeah, I passed out. The lawyer came to see me, not because of her, don't get me wrong, like, just the whole situation.
Yeah.
So when I first got into jail, I was messed up. Like, yo, you know, because I'm accused of something I didn't do, so I'm messed up.
Yeah, your whole life.
My lawyer come to see me, I go to stand up because I haven't been eating the trays. I pass out. You know what I'm saying? The lawyer like, yo, what's up? Get up. So they take me to medical. I was dehydrated because I wasn't drinking, I wasn't eating. So they put me in a hole. They thought I was trying to kill myself, so they put me in a hole on suicide watch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was real. Like, and I met an old counselor, and he told me, you know, a lawyer to fight. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I get convicted. I go to prison. I meet another old head. He tell me, look, younger, where you from? So I tell him I'm from Jersey. He like, oh, okay. Well, listen, you down here in the South. They the last state to free slaves. They the head of the Confederacy. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math. Like, these people don't care nothing about you. You talking about white people. Unfortunately, you know, all white people ain't bad, because I done met some good white dudes in there.
Right.
But the mass majority that's stuck in that old time,
right,
that, you know what I'm saying, they on it. So he was like, look, this is how you gotta move. He told me, and he really like gave me the his name was Price Bay. He gave me the blueprint, like really how to move. And another dude, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, look, you might not want to do it, but you in the Lions Den. You going to eat. They got the chow hall, the mess hall, that's what they call it. Like, you got to take this knife with you.
They treat you different because you were young?
Yeah, but if you weak, they really going to get on you. But if you got some type of sense, like, or you associate yourself with people that's on the up and up in there, they don't really try to mess with you.
You gotta show some type of aggressiveness.
Yeah, you have to. Like, you have to let them know. Like, it's sad, like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to, like.
So, and you really do gotta have fights. Like, you really do
yeah,
gotta
like,
fight when you get there. You got to.
you not really got to, but if you get into a situation, you can't let it ride.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, disrespect go a long way. Like, respect go a long way in prison. Like, I hear a lot of dudes say certain things, and I be like, because I grew up as a young man, like I had to become a man in prison.
Yeah.
Right,
So it's a difference for me. I grew up and this all I seen from 21 to 37. You know what I'm saying? This is all I seen was this Lions Den mentality. So when I got out and I hear dudes like, oh, F you, fuck you, this and that, you bitch ass nigga. And in prison, that's a no-no. Like, you fighting. Like, you inviting yourself, you inviting another man, you know what I mean, to all that. Like, that's on full glow. Like, no talk, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happened to me one time. Fortunately, I didn't get the worst of the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I can beat everybody, but at the same time, I had to let them know. And you have to send a message. It's sad. Like, because if you let that ride, if I disrespect him and he allow that to ride, it's going to keep happening. So I was playing basketball. Dude was like a bully tactic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, F you, bitch. I'm like, you see a bitch, smack a bitch. Like, fuck you, you ain't going to do nothing. So I smacked him. Like, only two things going to happen if you get smacked by another grown man. Either you going to fight him or you going to fold. Needless to say, he folded. You know what I'm saying?
He folded?
And
like,
he ain't fight back. I smacked the shit out of him. Like, I smacked the fight out of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, but that's what it was. And all his homeboys was there. Now, in my mind, they gonna jump me.
Right.
So I gotta get off on him because I'm gonna let them know, look, I ain't nothing to be fucked with. So after I smacked him, I told all his homeboys, and I'll fight all of y'all. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And the first thing he did was like, excuse my language, but that's how I had to be in prison.
Right,
You feel me?
Yeah.
So they come in there, they like, nah, man, he had too much mouth anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you got certain homeboys that don't even like other homeboys doing that, but they won't say nothing because of prison. And that's the mode that I had to have. You know what I mean? You know, and like I said, I had the personality where I can adapt to anybody. I was just laid back. I'm laid back. You know, I ain't pushing nothing at nobody, but at the same time, don't come to me with that. And after that, it just went. And
really?
Yes. And it
that one thing.
That one incident. All it takes is one.
What?
And like when they say word travel fast, So they used to call me Philly because my name Phil. So they be like, yo, Philly Phil, like, what's up, man? You gonna come ball? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And I used to work out a lot. So I was strong for my size because I wasn't, you know, I was smaller, but I was strong. So I used to work out with dudes that was bigger than me. So my name used to get known for working out with dudes and for me smacking that one dude. So they're like, yo, Philly, he trained to go. Don't fuck with him. He cool. Like I said, excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? That's how they come at you.
Wow.
So it's going across on the other side of the yard, other side of the camp, and I was just cool. You know what I'm saying? And when I was young, I used to learn how to box. So I used to shadow box, and a couple dudes were like, yo, I'm trying to shadow box. So we would do shadow boxing workouts. So after that, my name would, yo, he good. You know what I'm saying? And my name, and in prison, your name carry a lot of weight. Like, so,
that's good. Okay.
Like, you know, it's sad, but that's how I had to be. And I mean, like I said, it was nothing but God, because like he kept me covered. You feel me? So, you know, going, like I was saying, like going to the chow hall, like when I was on a higher level, you had to strap a knife to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't know what might happen. And like I said, that name thing, like, it can get out of hand. Like, you know, they such and such doing this. So if you telling somebody that this is that type of person, it better be that type of person. You can't put no bone on somebody and it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? So you can't believe nothing you hear and half of what you see until you in that given situation. So I used to have to take a knife, you know, sleep with a knife, you know what I'm saying? Just, I gotta protect myself because you never knew. Like, I knew dudes that were finna dude, he in the cell with him for 2 years, he wake up in the middle of the night, start stabbing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like that at certain, don't get me wrong, all prisons is not bad. Like they show you on TV. Like if you a man at the end of the day, man is gonna respect man. Like
Right. Mm-hmm.
you know, you ain't clicked up. You joining one of these group of dudes this time. You joining these group of dudes that time. Nah, you don't do none of that. You keep your mind right. Like I said, they gonna respect real. You know, and that's one of my mantras. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that a little bit later, but like.
Yeah, I just
I
want to get into that.
focus.
Yeah, I want to get into what the real spill mean in 1 minute. But I wanted to ask you, like, so we'll get back to that. I want to ask you, from listening to him, are you, I'm not going to say the word scared. I know, no. I know, and you're about to go to prison, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got, I mean.
I've been there.
No, I know you've been there, but you haven't been there.
Deep in.
No, you haven't been in federal.
Nah.
Okay, you haven't been in federal, that's where you're going. So, knowing that, how do you sleep at night? Like, how do you, like, every day, like, what is, like, how do you, knowing that you, any day, like, you about to go to prison, you're going to be doing some time, you're going to be away.
That's one thing that's one thing I never thought about, that I never worried about, is another man, and all this bullying, whatever stuff goes on in prison. I ain't worried. I never was worried about none of that. None about that. I sleep good at night. Not that. That's not on my conscience at all. About me, you got like, damn, what's gonna happen? It's TV stuff and this and that, all this stuff that I be seeing and hearing. I don't be worried about none of that, man. Cause I know how when somebody come in my circle, I know how I react. I know how I'm, like he said, I'm humble. I'm laid back too. But when it comes my way, I know how to handle everything that come my way. So, I mean, I never was worried about nobody, none of that stuff that goes on, attacking, people stabbing, you know what I mean? If we get down, if we get to that, you know what I mean? I'm always ready for all that. You know what I mean? I ain't from the streets, but I'm from the streets. I see it all. I'm around it. Like, I observe everything. But I'm just not that one that want to be on the streets and the scenes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I know how it goes. So I know what to do when it comes about and it comes my way. So I'm not worried about none of that. The only thing that hurts me when I sleep at night, I got to think about is I'm about to leave my family, my daughter, my son, I mean, you know what I mean? My daughter, mom, it's people that I really care about out here that I'm about to really go. That's what maybe it's hard for me to sleep at night. That's what be on my mind every night almost before I go to sleep. It's just like, especially now, it's getting closer to the time.
Yeah.
So it's really on my mind. It's like I said, we was in the car, like that's all I've been thinking about for the past weeks. Like, just, I know I'm about to, you know what I mean? Once I got that confirmed, that email saying it's about the time. So that's all that's been on my mind. I'm about to go in here, like, I'm about to leave these people out here. I don't know who gonna be here when I get back, who gonna be there with me through the whole thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
you do know who gonna be there the whole thing.
I know you. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? You gonna always be there regardless. I'm talking about the people who I want to really be there too. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want I got my daughter. You know what I mean? I don't want her to, like, I come home and she, like, you know, just like my father went to jail. She was 3 months before I went down. When I went to jail, went down state prison. And then, you know what I mean? She was really a daddy. It was 3 months. She was, I could feel like she was gonna be a daddy's baby. You know what I mean? But when I came home, it wasn't that. You feel me? Now it changed. Like, it changed, but she still love me now. Though, you feel me? Now she, you know what I mean? But she would have been more on me instead of her mom. You know what I mean? She wanted me. But you know what I mean? But see, I mean, like, when people don't be knowing, like, when they go, like you said, like, people be going to prison, leaving their families out here, it be emotionally, it be affecting your family mentally, like, it be affecting them mentally. People don't even know, like, people, like, I was in state prison, I went to the counseling, he kept saying to me, he just kept saying, why you abuse your kids? Why you abusing your kids? Like, I thought he was talking about, like, physically, like, why you abuse kids? I'm like, oh, you must got the wrong person. What's the paper you looking at? It's the wrong name. He's like, nah, I'm talking about you. You Device Taylor, right? I'm like, yeah. So he said, why you abusing your kids? I'm like, I don't touch my kids. I never beat my kids. He was like, yes, you are. By being in here, you're abusing them. He said you're mentally abusing them. Yeah. When he said that, man, that touched me out. That changed my whole life.
That's true, though.
That changed everything.
Yeah. I understand exactly what you're going through, my brother. Like, real spill, like, it's crazy. Like I said, my daughter was 2 when I left. You feel me? So it's like, I missed her whole life. So it's like, dang. So now, I used to talk to her on the phone, and I used to be so excited. I didn't know how my life was going to change when I got out. I just thought that I was going to get out. I was going to be able to do this. I didn't know I was going to have stipulations like I can't leave the state. I got to ask for weekend pass to go out of state. So I used to tell my daughter like, oh yeah, we gonna do this. And
you didn't know that you got to do permission to do everything with her.
So it was like in prison before I got out, I'm talking to her and she wound up being a sneakerhead. I have never been out there on the street with her because she was a baby. I love sneakers, so when she was telling me she loves sneakers, I'm like, oh man, this is my daughter for real. Everybody say she looked just like me, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like I was glad, you know what I'm saying? Like that, that's something in common.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, so
she a
then,
girl, but she likes sneakers.
Yeah. So then when I got out, like, well, not before, like maybe a year before I got out, she was like a girly girl, like, so I'm like, what happened to you? You don't wear sneakers no more? So she's like, nah, Dad.
Girl.
Yeah, so then, not knowing that it was me getting out caused a big strain on me and her relationship because we had the best relationship on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't see her like I wanted to.
That's true.
So then
different.
when I came home, it was like, Dad, Kayla, her name Kayla, like, you don't, like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, Dad, everything you said you was gonna do, you ain't doing no more. Like, so that hurt me, and I'm like,
it's crazy. I just seen people, that's what I fear right now when I'm about to go in. Like, I hope I see my daughter a lot, like when I'm in there, but I seen people talk to their kids on the phone every day.
Yeah.
Then when they came to visit, or when they went home, like, I seen people, kids, when they were like, I don't know you. Like, you talking to me on the phone every day. But when they see you in person, they don't even know you. They be scared to hold you, touch you, all that, man.
And
that shit crazy.
It caused a big strain on.
Crazy.
And like we worked through it, you know what I'm saying? She out of state, like, and I think she's starting to understand more, but from her perspective, I want my dad. Like, so when she seen me get in a relationship and see me working, she like, Dad, hold up. Like, she wanted me all to herself.
She's like 16, 17.
Yeah, no, she's 19 now. Because I've been home almost 2 years. Right. But it's like, she was like, no, Dad, like, she wanted me for herself. Like, and I'm telling her, it's me and you, baby girl, it's me and you. Not knowing, like, I'm not even thinking about me having a relationship with another woman is going to affect her. Because she like, dang, now you got a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, no, you part of the plan too. But just off the strength, she went her whole life without me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she got other sisters and brothers that their father is with their, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, dang. So it played a big strain. So I understand the worry because that's how I was. I was like, man, I hope, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gravitate to me, but she still loved me. Like I said, it strained when I first came home. I wish it can be better than what it is, but you know, it's better. I have some type of relationship. It ain't like I don't have none at all. But like my advice to you is, like how you were saying, that's all you think about. You ain't thinking about, like me. My brother was like, yo, be strong. I wasn't thinking about none of that other stuff because, like I said, I'm laid back, I'm cool. But if it get brought to me, I know how to handle it. All I was thinking about my loved ones. I used to pray every night, like,
see, that's why
I don't want nobody to pass away while I'm locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I can't be there. And my grandma, my dad's mother, like, that was like my everything. Like, that was my grandma. Like, that was my only grandma that I knew because my other grandparents passed away when I was real young. So this is my grandma. My mom come. They called me to the door like one day, like, Butler, you gotta visit. I'm like, man, my mom ain't tell me I got to visit. I know because she out of state, so I'm like, I ain't got no visit. Y'all got the wrong Butler. So they like, nah, it's you. So I'm like, I go in there, so I see my mom. I'm like, what's up? So she like, hey, I just wanted to come see you. So I hug her, sit down. I'm like, well, why you ain't tell me? You ain't write me? You ain't, you know what I mean? So she like, your grandma passed away. Yo, and I just broke down in the visiting room. Like, I was like, that was like one of my only fears. Like you. Like you said, you ain't worried about nothing else. All you worried about is the loved ones who gonna be there. That's how I was. Like, yo, I just wanted to be, but like I said, I had to recondition myself to not so much think about the street, but think about the street. Like, I tried to limit myself calling. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I want to ask. Is that something that you recommend for him to, like, for him wanting, like, to just not think about the streets? Or like just cut it off, like he was like,
I was once told that you're not supposed to, like, leave the streets out of the streets. This is streets. This is everything. Focus on this.
Focus on this. That's
you think about the streets, you're gonna be
sick. You're gonna be sick. Your time gonna be long.
It's like I was locked up with somebody. Like, I used to be like, I was playing. I was young. I was younger than him. I used to be like looking at magazines, naked girls and shit like that. You know what I mean? Buttmans and all that. Like, so I used to try to show him like, look. He's like, nah, I don't want to look at that. He don't want to look at none of that. Like, he keep his head in here. He don't want to think about none of that type stuff. So I always knew he did. I used to just mess with him.
Yeah,
like,
because we don't take it serious, and I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I had like that part was hard, as far as reconditioning in my mind to not think about the street, but I eventually started doing it. Like one time, my mom was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring your daughter to come see you because we coming down there." They was going to like Georgia or something, but somehow they didn't get to stay long as they wanted to, so they ain't come, and I got mad because that's all I was thinking about was them coming to see me, and they ain't come. So I never forget this, and I'm glad she forgive me. But I got so caught up in myself, in my emotional standpoint, I got selfish. Like, cause they didn't put me in there, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I don't want to make you do.
Yeah, so I wrote a letter, and I was cursing in the letter like, y'all don't care, you know what I'm saying? I blacked out.
Yeah.
Man, don't write me. I blacked out on my little brother like, yo, I didn't help you get don't say nothing to me. The same way you keeping it now, when I come home, I want you to keep it like that.
Yeah,
like I was caught up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my mom was like, whoa. Yeah. So my little brother was really scared. Like, yo, he went to my mom like, yo, he ain't never talked to me like that. Like, what's up with him? My best friend, y'all, fuck y'all. Don't say nothing to me. You know what I mean? Dudes that I thought was going to ride with me. But I got caught up in thinking about them. And then I let that spill over to my mom. I disrespected my mom. And she the one that's there thinking through. And that's when I realized, like, yo, you got to really do away with outside world because it's gonna make your time hard. Right. So I had to condition myself like I'm still so I'm gonna check on them, but during the week I wonder what they doing. Hop on the phone. Nah, I ain't doing that.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna give me TV shows. No, I used to watch so much TV shows that I hate TV now. It's crazy. I swear.
I hear people say
I used to consume myself with watching like the reality TV shows, Bad Girls Club, all that stuff, right? All that VH1. It get you like, but then I got caught up in thinking about the street, like, dang, man.
That's what I'm missing. Like,
so, but then I don't even watch TV now. Like, I look at sports. Like, I love sports. Like, and one of my coworkers used to joke me, like, yo, you could be an analyst. Like, all I did used to get the almanac and read all up on the sports history. You couldn't tell me nothing about no sport, nothing. And then I just started conditioning myself reading books, you know what I'm saying? Gaining knowledge of who we are as a people, you know what I'm saying? I love us. Like, they don't tell us about our history, so I used to just do different stuff. And like I said, man, once I got that schedule set, time started going. Then the dude told me, he said, yo, don't stay on an institution no more than 3.5 years. He said, because by the time you get comfortable and you've been there for a while, it's time to go. He said, so now when you go to a new institution, it's like you starting all over again, and that time gonna go. I went to 4 different institutions. I stayed on one institution for 7 years. That's the longest I stayed. I'm not gonna lie, that was the best institution I was on, you know, as far as having amenities to get stuff. But I had to leave. And I didn't want to leave, but I wanted to get my barber license. So I said, you know what?
You asked for a transfer?
Yeah, I asked for a transfer, and it was like, when the last time you had a charge? I said, I ain't have a charge. So they was like, hold on. So they looked. Now, don't get me wrong, I did some things, but I didn't get caught by the COs as far as the fight, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But they was like, hold on, you've been locked up 12.5 years? You ain't had no charge? I said, nah. They was like, you under the radar. I said, that's how it's supposed to be. They was like, yo, that's good, that's good. So now the COs know that, oh, he ain't a problem. So if I need something, they gonna try to help me out. Look, I'm gonna tell you who to talk to. Go talk to this person. They can get you transferred within a week. I go talk to the head counselor. Look, I'm trying to get to the barber program. So I got transferred to the institution. There's only one institution in the state of Virginia that has the barber program, and you have to be under 2 years to get in. I had 3 years.
That to find out?
Yeah.
You had to find out where you want to go. Okay.
So I had 3 years left, and I talked to the guy. I said, look, I ain't ready to transfer because the counselor put me on the phone, on speakerphone. I said, but I'm trying to get in your barber class. He said, if you get up here, I'll get you in. So I get transferred, and we was on lockdown. Don't nobody get transferred like that, really. So I get transferred on a Wednesday, a late run, during lockdown. I get to the institution. I said, look, I'm here to talk to Mr. Fungalware. They're like, oh, you just missed it. The class just started. So I missed it. So I had to wait another 6 months. He said, but instead of bringing you in as a student, I'm going to bring you as an apprentice because you already know how to cut. So I got in the class. And he not gonna put you in the class, and he not even gonna let you take the state board exam unless you're ready. So I took that, I passed it, got my license, and I went home from there.
Oh, that's
But
good.
How did you feel when you your last year?
last year,
Like,
man, listen, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It was slow.
No.
How would you feel?
My time kind of went by fast because I'm not gonna lie, and it's crazy. I used to tell people this. I don't really like talking about the prison situation. I don't try to glorify that. Like certain dudes like glorify. Yeah, I've been down. No, I don't try to do that. But my time did go by kind of fast, and I used to have some of the funniest time. Like I said, I was 21. I grew up as a man in there. That was my lifestyle.
Had fun in there, you said?
No, like some of the funniest things I seen and heard was in prison. So when I got down to like my 24 months, I didn't want to tell nobody, but it was burning me up to be like, yo, I'm almost there. So once I got to a year, man, I just used to just chill. Like I just sit back, so people, so people was like, yo, you ain't going to the law library? Well, not law library, but library. I'm like, nah, I ain't going. I'm chilling. So they like, huh? But what I did was I still worked in the barbershop and I still kept my workout regimen. So I just stopped going to certain little things. So people didn't really notice. So then the next day they was like, yo, what's up, man? They got a game. You trying to go play the flag football? I'm like, nah, I'll go home tomorrow. He was like, what? He was like, yo, I've never seen nobody go home. Because usually when people go home, they be like, yo, I'm short. I ain't say nothing. I told 5 people.
You put people on low, but people mess up.
Yeah, because people try to mess your time up. Yeah, because they definitely will. They be like, yo, dude, you know, dude, shoot. Man, because they not going home. They'll try anything. I know a dude, he was getting ready to go home. I don't know why he did it. He got in a dice game. Got in a dice game a week before he was getting ready to go home. Got to fight and got stabbed in the eye. So now when you get in trouble, you can't go home because they want to make sure, so you can't sue the institution. So they want to make sure you heal.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man, I ain't say nothing. I told like a couple people that was in my little circle.
That's good.
And
the first person I heard that did that.
And
everybody
I ain't say nothing. And
wow, that's smart.
And it was so crazy because I didn't say nothing. And I flew home. So I knew I wanted to fly home, but my mom was like, yo, just drive so we can pick you up and you can see the sights. I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to get out this state as soon as possible.
How you gonna drive anyway? With them?
Yeah, with them. They was gonna come pick me up.
You had no license?
Nah, so I got my DMV ID from Virginia, state of Virginia, and I asked the counselor, I said, listen, I'm over 500 miles away. I need to fly home. So she was like, let me see if you can find a flight. So my sister found a flight. She was like, it leaves like 5 in the morning. So I knew this since being locked up. If they take you to the bus station or the airport, they got to take you 2.5 hours prior to your time for your flight.
Oh, that's too much.
So I was like, if I get a 5 o'clock flight, I'm going to be out of here.
Like 2 in the morning.
Like 2 in the morning. So that night, the sergeant called me to the booth. And he was like, you made parole, because that's what they call it. And I'm like, yeah. So he was like, all right, we're going to come back. Do you want to trade tonight? I said, no, I don't need nothing to eat. So he was like, look. He was like, after the 12 o'clock count, we coming to get you. You got to go sit. And he was like, you're going to have to sit in the middle.
16 years, I'm wrapped in after doing 16 years, how did that moment feel right there?
Man, I'm not even going to lie.
You walked out free.
It didn't hit me like, at the time I had my girl, she had like an old teenage girlfriend had came back into my life, and she had.
While you was in there.
While I was in there, my
last. I wonder how guys do that.
It happened. We wasn't even looking for each other.
That happened.
We wasn't looking for each other.
How did it happen?
I called home on my birthday, but the day before her grandma. Listen. Check this out. Listen, I called home on my birthday. So my mom, I was like, Mom, where you at? So she was like,
I'm at 15 years, and that's when come to the picture.
Listen.
She said she
was a teenage. Listen, teenage. She wasn't even my, you know what I mean? So
yeah, she probably was.
Yeah, so she told me like she gonna live up as she should. Like she didn't put me in there. She didn't leave me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the same one that left you?
No, that's no. It's a different one. So when she I called home, right? My mom was like, I was like, where y'all at? You at a cookout? She was like, yeah, something like that. So I'm like, where you at? She was like, I'm at Joey's around the corner. I'm like, oh. So she was like, guess who I see? I'm like, who? She was like, I see Evelyn granddaughter. Now my cousin Joey.
Oh, your mom trying to hook you up?
No, my cousin Joey. Let me tell a story. Okay. My cousin Joey used to go with my teenage girlfriend's grandma, but they was never married and they never had no kids together. Right. So we wasn't related. So she passed away, the night before, so you know everybody go to the family house. So she was there, and my mom was like, yo, Trent, because she know that she wasn't calling me or none of that, or I wasn't calling her, so she put her on the phone, and I was like, yo, how you been? She told me, I was like, you got any kids? She was like, yeah, I have a daughter. Like, we was catching up. And I was like, look, do me a favor, get my information from my mom. So she was like, I will. But I ain't thinking like she gonna get it, because we haven't, this whole time I was locked up, she didn't reach out to me. I didn't, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that too.
But she ain't owe none of that to you.
Yeah, she didn't. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. So
you know, about to come home. Nah, I say that as the girl that left
me. Yeah,
that's what
I'm saying.
But the girl that's teenage, it's a teenage.
Yeah, it was teenage. Like we was young.
All I'm saying is that some
she didn't even know when I was coming home though. I was mad because I still had. Yeah. So I had 2 years, 2.5 years left.
That's a different scenario.
Girls do that for real. They do that for real. Some girls like that do that.
It's a lot of girls.
They wait till the niggas get out a year or less left, or maybe 2 years.
That wasn't her at all.
So they want to jump on everything, doing a little time with them. So they come home.
But that wasn't her at all.
So
she bought me some phone posits. Like I was looking at, you know, stuff like what I want to wear. So I used to tell her like, yo, you know about Fear of God? Like back then she was like
Ferragamo?
Fear of God.
Oh.
So
Fear of God is
the Fear of God. So I was like, you know about Fear of God? So she was like, no. I was like, yo, I see this dude in the magazine. So she was looked at the shirt and it was like $700. She was like, it was a T-shirt. She was like, oh, nah, you can't get no Fear of God. Like, so she was like, but what you like? So I'm like, I don't know, you know, because I ain't been out. So I was like, yo, I like phones. She's like, they ugly. I'm like, nah. So I told her. So she bought me some phones. She was like, I sent the package. So when they called me down there to try my stuff on, I was like, I know I'm going home. Like, so that night he was like, yo, you gonna have to sit in medical for an hour. So I'm like, all right. So when I get to medical, he was like, look, man, how long you been down? And I was like 16 and a half. And he was nothing but 31. So he was like, what? He was a CO, but he was a sergeant. He was like, yo, you know what? Let me talk to my captain. So he called the captain, was like, look, dude been home, he been locked up for 16 and a half years. So he was like, who is the guy? So he was like, it's the barber. So he was like, barber? Which barber? So he was like, Butler. So he was like, oh, in building 5. He's like, yeah, bring him on up. So the captain told him like, yeah, go ahead, bring him up. So they brought me up like 45 minutes earlier and took me to the airport. Aww. And that's when it really, like, I got on a little golf cart that they drive around on the compound. And when I was feeling that wind and I was driving on the golf cart and I wasn't walking, I was like, yo, I'm free. Like, yo, like just a cold chill came over my body, man. And I sat in the Richmond airport. And I was probably like the only dude in there. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning in Richmond, Virginia. Wow. And I sat in the airport and I just smiled. I ate the first thing I ate was a Planters candy bar, like the jumbos. And I was just sitting there and I had a Sprite. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, I got money. I got money on this check card that they gave me, this debit card. And I don't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was just sitting there. And then they showed me.
So you got home, the first thing you did was what? Go get some pussy?
Nah. First thing I did, I
wasn't even all guys do.
Nah, definitely. My mind wasn't even right there. I was just so happy to be with my family. Like,
you know that's gonna come.
Yeah, that's gonna come. That's a given. Like, I got a girl. Like, she there.
I got a girl now. The one that sent you package.
Yeah, like that's my girl. Like, that's everything. That's my everything. So my mind wasn't thinking like that. When I first got home, I seen one of my aunts that live in Ohio. She surprised me. I didn't even know. So when I get off in the airport, I'm looking. I'm like, dang, that look like my nephew. Now, when I left, my nephew was like 2. So I'm looking. I'm like, is that Isaiah? He recorded me. Like, I'm going through the double doors. I come through the double doors. My niece and my sister and my aunt. When I see my aunt, I run to her first because she older. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Aunt Bunny, and I hug her. So I'm like, man. And then I see my girl. I see my sister. You know what I'm saying? I go outside. My mom couldn't come in. She was too nervous. So she come and she crying. You know what I'm saying? She's so happy. I mean, I'm hugging my mom and I'm telling my mom, I'm like, yo, stop. So she like, what? I'm like, yo, don't make me cry. I'm like, yo, when I was on the plane and it was 5 o'clock in the morning, I sat on the plane and I ain't even gonna lie, I just cried. Like, but not tears of sorrow, tears of happiness. Like, yo, I'm flying. Like, yo, after 16 years, like I said, I gave up on God. I ain't think I was gonna make it.
But did you ever pick up God again?
Yeah, I did. But I'm saying at that present time, I gave up on him, like, because there wasn't nothing happening. But then I realized, like, hey, You know what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason, like he said. Everything happened for a reason. And like how he said, he's more mentally prepared than I was.
Right.
You know,
I must give my son that. He really
and
is.
that's going to be the best transition for him because it ain't something that he's new to. Like he said, he did state time, but now he did Fed. And Fed is a little more easier than state because a lot of people in there already know, I got to do this. Like, he can take programs. He can take programs that's going to keep him busy. Fed got more programs than state.
Right, I heard
so
that.
his time is going to be a little bit more valuable for him than it was for me. I had to make my time valuable. You know, because the feds, they set up programs for you so you can get your level to drop.
Okay, so now I want to talk about that.
Real spill.
I want to talk about, like, how did you come, like, what is real spill? Like, what is real spill?
Real spill is unapologetic, raw truth, raw quotes, man. Like, you can't turn it off and on. You know what I'm saying? And a country dude used to tell me, like, man, real Phil. That's what he used to call me, real Phil. Because he said I never switched up on him. I always was laid back, low key. So I told him, I said, man, you know what? Real spill, that's me. I said, I'm going to take that. And instead of saying Phil, I just put spill on it because now I'm spilling out these quotes and this knowledge to you.
Yeah.
So I got hoodies, t-shirts is coming where I got true quotes. Like, I can tell you all day long, I got this Mercedes, I got this house, but if I don't show that documentation that, look, here's the title to my car, here's the deed to my house, you ain't gonna believe me. So I got a quote that says documentation beats conversation. Then I got another quote that says, if you knew better, you'd do better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't know no better, I ain't going to do no better.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got quotes like that. Like, less is more. You know, it's plenty of us. Like a lot of people think that you got to go and do everything that everybody else don't know. I love to be different. I love to be different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just come up with different quotes, and I just put real spill at the end of it. And it's going to be a clothing line, and it's going to be a hit. It's going to be a success because I know it's going to be a success because it's real. Everybody want the truth.
Right.
You know, sometimes people can't take the truth, but they want it. Right. Regardless how good it is, how bad it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you cheated on a female, they say, why don't you just tell me? Because you ain't really want to know, but you glad that you know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now you know what not to do for the next time or for the next guy. So. Right. You know, that's what the real spill is about, like, you know what I'm saying? And
so what kind of merch do you have, like, now? Like,
the merch I got right now.
Are you selling? Or
I haven't sold yet. I haven't sold yet because I want to get merch for females, kids. So I want to come up with kid-approved quotes, you know what I'm saying? Something to strive for, like athletes, high school kids, that's, you know, so they can dream big, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get female couture. And I want to get like leggings, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be geared to the guys. I'm going to put dad hats, you know what I'm saying? Snapbacks, t-shirts, sweatpants, like. So it's coming. That's going to be the clothing line.
Real spill.
Yes.
Real spill by Phil.
Yeah, by Phil. Real spill by Phil. Yeah, you already know.
Real spill by Phil. That's what's up. So I wanted to ask you about, as far as like your occupation right now.
Yes.
So you are a barber.
Yes, I'm a barber at Barbers Inc. You know what I'm saying? That's the brand. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 locations right now. We got one in Cookstown, one in Wrightstown, and one in Burlington. I'm the manager at the one in Burlington. Like I said, I ain't been home 2 years. It ain't even been 2 years for me yet. And I just came home hitting the ground running. I got out July 6th of 2018. And I started working at Barbers Inc. July 11th. They opened up their location July 4th. In Burlington.
Oh, shout out to Barbers Inc.
So shout out to Barbers Inc. You already know we we coming soon. We the first barbershop that went private that's getting ready to be in Walmart. We're going to ready to be here right up the road in Cinnamon and back in October. So a lot of things is looking up for Barbers Inc. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking. Shout out to Barbers Inc.
I'm looking to be a owner of that as well. So
that's good.
You know, a lot of things coming. Shout out to Al. You know, for giving me a shot. You know, Al, Cito,
shout out to Al.
Really Ant too. Ant put it together too because my cousin told me about Ant and then Ant sent me over to Al and the rest is history. And Lee Major, you know, all them dudes, man, they took me up under their wing, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from Trenton, I ain't even from South Jersey.
Right, this is from South Jersey.
Yeah, this is South Jersey thing, and they just took me under the wing, and you know, I seen Al vision and he seen my passion, and you know, the rest is history. So you know, I'm on board with it, like, and I refuse to be a statistic of what they say you can't be when you get out of prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing better than some of the people that was telling me I wasn't going to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm speaking on the COs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of them, you know, they work 6 months out the year. People don't even know that. They only work 6 months out the year, and they only make like $28,000 a year.
Oh,
but they quick to tell me that I ain't going to be nothing. Yeah, because they got shifts.
Exactly.
They be on for 3 days, and they off for 4 days. So in the total calendar year, it's really only 6 months.
Wow, I didn't know that. I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, and they
You
quick
told
to,
me all that.
they going down you, man. I'm telling you, man, they going down you.
Without the overtime, they don't.
Yeah, without the overtime, they only make like $28,000, and that's if they don't make rent.
Like that.
Yeah.
Not talking about the steel girl.
Yeah, I got love for some of the ones that.
got a lot of steel friends.
I'm just saying the ones that demeaning and they try to tell you you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's dumb ones. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, but like I said, I'm very successful, you know, through the grace of God, though.
That's
like
good.
I'm not going, you know, X him out. Like I said, man, I did give up on him, but it wasn't nothing but him that kept me covered.
Exactly.
And I remained humble. You know what I'm saying?
knew.
Like I'm humble now. Like some of my family members that tell me like, yo, you out, like you successful, man. Be happy.
Exactly.
Like, but man, I'm still sucking it in.
That's
I ain't even
successful.
gonna lie. Like I'm still soaking it up. Like I'm a wet sponge, just soaking everything up. Like I've been home, you know what I'm saying, almost 2 years, but I've been ripping and running. Like you know, I know I can't make up the time that I lost, but I want to make the time that I'm going ahead the best step forth as I can, man. And that's just being successful, man, and staying positive, man.
Yeah.
And that's because that's what I had to do in prison. So just because I'm out, that ain't gonna change.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Word.
And I'm telling you, you're going to be good, man. Like, I promise you, man. Because I already see where your mental state is. I just wish at that time I would have had it. But like I said, I was 21. I was young.
I'm 28.
You know what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm saying? I had got that, like I said. When did I say I started thinking like that? My 7th year in. So I was 28.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I was 28.
Yeah, 28.
That's crazy, right?
That's
I didn't know how old he was.
Right.
And I said my 7th year in.
So your mental at 28.
Yeah, at 28. And sometimes it take that, like you know, they say if you're a 40-year-old fool, you're a 40-year-old fool for life.
Right.
Like, and it's sad though. You know what I'm saying? And that's real in the prison. Like, you got people that stuck. Now I'm not gonna lie, I was part of that cloth at one time. I was stuck in the mode of my age getting locked up. I wasn't growing. That's why I said it took my 7th year to see, like, yo, you got to change. Not just, you know, wanting to be home, but far as being a man. Like, I really had to grow up. Like, yo, this is your lifestyle right now. Make the best of it. That's why I said those dudes that was in there, those was my brothers. That was my family. Like, I consumed myself with the prison, but I didn't become what was in the prison, like mentally. Like, I consumed myself far as having a pattern, having to, like, yo, I'm gonna make a meal this day, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, something simple like that. Like, yo, it's your birthday, let's make a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept it simple, but I kept the routine because I know what I wanted for myself and I wanted better. You feel me? So, and I refuse to lose, man, and that's real spill, man.
So, Tobias, what do you get from what he's saying? Like, are you, first, when you go in there, like, do you know right now what you want to do? Or are you like...
Nah, I don't know right now.
I know when
I got a lot. I'm thinking out here, all the stuff I got on my mind. I ain't really thinking straight. But when you go in there, it's all you got time to do is think. You in that cell, in that bed. And it's going to all come together.
And that's the best way to be. Instead of having your mind set on one thing.
Exactly. Have your options open.
Yeah, because
I got
it open.
When you get in there, you gonna see so many different personalities that you can adapt to. Like, yo, if he did this, let me show me this way. Like, I had a dude that was trying to teach me Spanish for 2 years. For 2 years, he was trying to teach me Spanish, but an hour a day was being taken away. You know, an hour. My mind wasn't thinking about the streets or the girl. My mind was in this book, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get it, but. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to teach me something, and then, like, that same dude was trying to teach me Spanish. He wound up needing my help to learn how to box. So it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't know that I wanted to learn Spanish. Next thing I know, I'm watching Caliente at night. I understand it. If they can speak slow, I got it. Like, oh, okay, oh, what? She did that? I'm watching TV novella and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So... Like you said, your mind right now, your mind is just trying to grasp, like, this what I gotta go do.
Yeah, this what I gotta
go do. I don't want to lead the family. Like, I feel you, my G. Like, I feel you. And I salute you because a lot of times, like you said, you don't want to leave your family. You're not thinking selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just thinking like, dang, I'm leaving them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't put you in that situation, so you like, I hope they can cope with what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You just ready to get it.
I'm ready
to get it over with.
Every time I tell you, I'm ready. I'm trying to turn it a couple times. They want to let me. Like, I'm ready to go.
Ready to get it over with. Time out here, it's
because it's just
like I said, I'm also stuck in one spot. Like, I can't.
Yeah, you can't even get a mode of being relaxed. You can't be comfortable. Like when I found out that I couldn't get in court no more, and I was still waiting, I'm like, man, just send me up the road. Like, let me just do this time, like, because
it's over your head every day. You live with it like, God, I still gotta do this. So you can't really start nothing else in your life right now. You can't. Anything you even think of you want to do right now, like
it's still gonna go.
He can't do it. Like,
because
his focal point
is
right now. No, he
getting in there. You gotta get in there to get
start right now because he can't even finish it.
But once he get in there though, that's the good thing though. Like his mind is working so much now. Once he get in there, it's gonna be like a release.
I swear to God, I say that every day. I say that. It's gonna take a lot off me, man. So I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be alright.
You gonna be alright. Like,
I mean, I always try to tell like.
For me,
don't forget about people that's out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like girlfriends and stuff. But don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because people, everybody needs somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, even it's not her fault. It's not nobody's fault that you going in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't do anything to deserve that. Nobody did. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna be honest. Listening to how he talk, I think that's his least of his worries. To be real. And even if it was a worry, once he get in there and he get in the mode of doing that, thing gonna go by the wayside. Like for me, it used to hurt me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and then I was like, yo, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, it's nothing that I can do. Nothing I can say can change it. At the end of the day, what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Right.
What need to happen is I need to make sure I'm good enough to handle the situation that I'm doing right now. And that's the best thing for him is just to make sure he's able to handle the situation that he got to do. So he just want to get situated.
Right.
Once he gets situated, that time going.
So what is your advice? Like, is there anything else what's your advice to him first of all? But is there anything else that you like to say, period, like for like your situation that you want to get after to the public? Like for your life, your clothing line, but anything that you want to talk about? First
and foremost, what's more important is my advice to him. Just continue to be strong, you know what I'm saying, and stay active, stay prosperous in whatever it is that you want to do. Once you find out what it is that you want to do, work at it, and it's going to allow that time to, it's not going to dissipate like we want it to, but it's going to go, you know what I'm saying, and just stay active. Like I said, I don't know how, I can't speak for the Fed system as far as moving around, but if you get, Lord willing, a decent number where you can do your time at that one place and you feel like it's a good place, rock out with it, keep a schedule, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to. Like for me, what I used to do, I go to sleep early so I get up early. So before they come in there and I get mad and they blow the whistle, stand up for count, I'll be already up. So when they blow, so I ain't even gotta get mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I get miserable and mad, I'm already up. I'm ahead of the game. Stand up for count. All right, I'm up. So then when they blow the whistle, I sit down. Plus, I ain't like being in the bathroom with a whole bunch of dudes. I'm feel like I'm rushing. I go in there 4:30 in the morning. Ain't nobody in there. I brush my teeth. I do a couple sets of push-ups. Go in there, wash up, brush my teeth. By 5 o'clock, they ready to count. I'm already up. Everybody dragging, getting up out the bed.
You're already active.
I'm already active. I'm up. I got a schedule. You know what I'm saying? Just keep a schedule. Keep a clear head. Like I said, you already got it because, you know what I'm saying, you 28 years old, so it ain't nothing too new. Only thing new is the new facility. But the situation and environment he been in, you know what I'm saying, he gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? He just needs you to be strong. See, that's the thing. You have to be strong. Like, you breaking down, that's gonna weigh on him. You know what I'm saying? Don't break down. Let him know. You know what I'm saying? That you support him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he know that you gonna be there.
I'm ready.
You just got to get on the same page. And as far as my clothing line, like, just, you know, you can follow me at @therealphil_17.
Okay, he's giving his handle. I was going to ask you to do that, but you can go ahead and do that.
His handle? My handle is @therealphil_17. Be looking out because I'm going to be putting up my merch, you know what I'm saying, Real Spill. And you can come get a cut, man. Come check all the locations out. But I'm at the Burlington one. You know what I'm saying?
Where's that on Burlington?
Phil the Barber at Barber's Inc. 2005 Mount Holly Road, Burlington.
Okay.
541.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right across the street from the Walmart. You know,
Right.
come get fresh, man. Quarantine fresh too, cause we quarantine ready too. So, you know what I mean? I want to say that.
And he's my son's barber. He's Tookie's barber, everybody.
Are y'all closed right now?
Yeah, we open up on the 22nd.
Everything open. I think the world opened back up on the 22nd.
Yeah. But we open back up on the 22nd. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, hit me up at the Real Phil _17, man. Look out for the Real
What's
Phil.
that? The Real Phil. Where's that at?
That's my Instagram.
That's
Instagram. That's my Instagram.
You got Facebook?
Nah, no Facebook. Just IG, man.
Just IG. That's
Just
what's up.
IG.
That's what's up.
That's it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't too much social media savvy, but I'm gonna put my haircuts up there, my workouts, and my merch, man. So if you trying to get physically fit, you trying to get fresh, and you trying to look fresh, just hit. I got it covered for you.
Right.
That's right.
I'm covering
all
the
three.
bases,
All three.
right
Yeah.
there, man. So
That's right. That's right.
Stay tuned, man, because man, we doing some big things with Barber's Inc. too. Shout out to Barber's Inc. here. But
Shout out to
Phil the
Barber's Inc.
Barber, you know what I'm saying? That's my handle. You know, in the barber world, you know what I mean? Just come check me out. And I salute this brother right here. You know what I'm saying? I know what he going through. I know what he gonna go through. So, you know what I mean? You know, you gotta go through to get through, and you're gonna get through it.
Right.
That's right.
All right.
Anything you want to say?
Man, for the youth out there, man, just keep your heads lifted, man. Just keep your minds focused.
Anything you would do different?
I do a lot different, man. Just be more of a family man, more of a focused person. Stop all this street shit. This shit is over. Like all that stuff. I mean, we all growing. We ain't getting no younger. Just stay positive in life. Stay focused. You don't gotta go through none of this type of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people, you never know. All you gotta do is take one thing that you could do in life. They can send you away like for a long time, and that can mess your whole life up. So just stay focused, man. Don't take one thing. Don't take one little incident to happen. And
one decision.
It's over. You get life in prison. You know what I mean? You might not get. Not saying he got lucky. You know, he ain't not lucky about 16 years, but he ain't have to do life. But people, but one mistake can get you life, man.
They was trying to give me life.
Yeah.
So just
like I ain't mean to cut you off, but like you said, and I'm glad you said to the youth because
that's what's messed
I'm
up.
I'm trying to get back into giving free haircuts to the youth sometime this summer in Trenton, but I say all that to say this, like he said, it's only one decision, man. Like ain't nothing lucky about 16 years, but they recommended 116 years. You feel me? Yeah, they recommended 116 years. They could have gave me life, so you know, through the grace of God, they didn't. But one mistake, man, or being in the wrong situation at the wrong time, man. So
take your life.
Yeah, take your life away, man. And don't be with the in crowd, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution.
Stay over there. You stay over there, man.
Right.
It up.
Right. So I'm just gonna in conclusion to the show, I just want to thank you for coming on and telling your story. And I hope his story may touch somebody out there. Somebody can learn something from his story, can get something from his story, because I know his story, he is not alone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there is going through the same thing and have been through the same thing, have family members going through the same thing. So, like I said, my podcast is about truth and transparency, and all I want to do is reach, I don't care if it's one person, touch one person, get to one person, or get to anybody, 100 people, but one person is enough for me. I just hope that somebody got something from this. So thank you again for coming to my show.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
And thank you, and like I told you, this was personal to me to bring my son on, you know, to hear his story, to hear my story about what we're going through, how this is affecting our life. It's not easy. So young men out there, I think that you guys should remember just think about how it could affect your family. Even if you don't care about your own life, care about how it affects your mom, how it affects you. Don't be selfish. Think about other people. Think about how it could affect somebody else in your life.
Exactly.
So just think about that. Think about that before you do things, before you jump into this situation, before you hang with this crowd or follow this guy or do whatever you want to do or however you're going to do it. Think about how it may affect your family if you get in trouble. Find other ways to spend your time. Spend it with your family. Get into some legal stuff, like do legal stuff. Like it's other ways to make money out here than anything. So I just really want you guys to just find a different way. Think about your family, because it affects us just as much as it affects you when you go to prison.
Yeah. Put them guns down, put them hands up, man.
Exactly. If you got problems, put them guns down. And fight it out or whatever. Like, but put the guns down, because that's the situation now that we handling that's wrong out here. That's going on a lot. A lot of people just want to kill. All these kids out here just killing. Nobody fighting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to shoot guns, but that's not the way.
Y'all don't even know how to fight. Y'all go to jail or something. Anything happens.
Yeah, exactly. So you go to jail, it's over for you. You out here shooting guns. You don't even know how to fight, so you shooting guns. But when you go to prison, what are you gonna shoot in there? What you gonna shoot in prison? You're not gonna shoot anything in prison. You're not gonna shoot it. You'll get your ass whooped. So put them guns down. Put your hands up. Let's stop the killing out here for real. Stop the killing. Stop the violence. Stop all that. But that's my real spill for the day.
You already know.
Real spill for the day.
Real spill.
Thank you guys for watching.